Simon Liddington, are you happy with the conference organized?
Yes, I am. In the main, I think the conference was as we said it was going to be. I think we were just discussing this a minute ago, Nick and I. We'd wanted it to be something which was a celebration, something which was like a festival, something which brought younger researchers to the fore and gave them an opportunity and new entrants to the industry, an opportunity to stand up there and be involved. We also, I think we wanted to have a balance in terms of serious papers and some of the more lighter and faster paced sessions. So yes, I think we were happy that a lot of the feedback, informal feedback, anecdotal feedback we've had says people were very positive about the content and the pace of the conference, and so yeah.
You tried a lot of new formats for presenting and putting forward. Is there any particular of these formats that you like better than the others, that you think work better?
Yeah, I think the ideas rush was good. Maybe not all of the ideas were serious or good, but it's a format that I think brought a lot of people in, and a lot of people were attracted to, and so the attendance was good, and I think people felt included in it. It was accessible. I think we had the X Factor. I think was a great way to end the conference.
Yeah.
And okay, it was there was an element of humour there, but actually there was a very serious point, which was we were seeing younger researchers competing against each other in what we're supposed to be good at, and I think it was a great format.
Yeah, I completely agree. Is there any other formats that we will not see next year that you don't think worked as expected?
I think the wiki was in some respects a little bit disappointing, but I think we felt that was partly through scheduling. It was on at the same time as the storytelling, and also probably the layout of the program wasn't necessarily clear enough in terms of, and the direction wasn't clear enough. We had a great discussion. We had, and it's more what we're going to do with it now, which is to use that, post it on YouTube, post the film that we had from the big sofa, all the issues that came out of that session. So that I think we're gonna review that and have a look and see whether there's mileage in that further. I think it was a very different format, and perhaps people, a little bit wary of being involved in a session which is just about participation.
There are not many international visitors here, and as far as I could see, no international speakers. Is this deliberate? Do you want to keep it a UK thing?
It wasn't deliberate. I think it was that this is a UK organisation, the MRS, and Research Magazine's is primarily UK, although it does have an international audience.
So the overall quality of presentations and papers is higher than you see in most other conferences in the world.
Yes, although that's not the reason why we keep it UK. I mean, I think
that would be a reason to sort of more actively invite international guests.
Well, bear in mind, we had papers, we had 130 abstracts submitted. So the papers that you see at the conference were chosen from that 130.
Did you read them all?
No, we have a panel that do that, and they did a great job, led by Fiona Wood. But so I think it's not that we deliberately exclude international speakers, or indeed we discourage international delegates to come. I think it's that this year we wanted to focus, our concentration was on making this diverse, making it interesting, changing the format. It was a very different format. I think next year we can start to think about how we make that have appeal to a more international audience. That's something we could build in.
Yeah.
I think.
As you said, there are a lot of people who've been working with this. A lot of you have worked for no pay at all and done a fantastic job, and there are many new exciting things. And still, there were only like 200 people today in the ballroom during today's session. Are you disappointed that not more people show up?
Well, if you look at the numbers who actually came over the 2 days, there were about 600 delegates. And if you take it day by day, we had today, I think, 90 people who didn't come yesterday. So, yeah, I mean, it's all, I guess it's disappointing. We reckon we've got about the same numbers as we had last year. And when you think about the economic climate that we're in, I think we had an amazing turnout, really, and compared with what it might have been. So, no, I think we feel fairly good about that.
And you're already looking forward to next year. In what role will you be?
Well, that's not been decided yet. I think it may be that Nick and I are asked to co-chair the conference next year. It may be that they want to bring some fresh people in. And either way, I mean, my and I'm sure Nick's the same. You know, our contribution can still be made whether we're co-chairs or not. So either way.
Any chance? I know that it's not decided, but and that you must keep secrets. But any chance at all that we will end up in Brighton next year, or some other nice place? I'd say.
I would hazard a guess, and it's a personal view because I don't know. I would hazard a guess that we're not going to end up in Brighton. I think that this venue works in a very different way to Brighton. I know that, and I think people, it's more inclusive. I think people stay together more. We go to the Illuminas party together, whereas in Brighton everybody went off on their own and their own little groups. That's a different type of feel. I think it's too large to put this conference in a remote venue. And so we've got the BIG conference, the business conference, coming up fairly shortly. And that's 100 people. And that's a very different kind of conference. You've got 400 to 600 people coming through in 2 days at this conference. It's a big, big beast. And therefore, it needs a venue where you can bring people and keep people together. There are improvements I think we can make. I'm sure there are improvements that we can make, and we're going to be looking at that in the post-conference meetings that we have.
Thanks a lot.
Thank you.